life when I had to receive chemotherapy infusions. And I remember one day very vividly. I walked into the outpatient infusion center, happy to find that my favorite chair was available. It was an L shaped unit, and the far end of that hall had a big bookshelf. I loved it there because it was quiet and I could read, but it was not easy to see me on that chair from the nurse's station. So my session typically starts with taking 2 tablets of Kytril, followed by the infusion. That day, my nurse began telling me about her recent trip, started my infusion, and then left me alone. A few minutes later, I noticed my vision go extremely blurry, like I was about to pass out. I looked up at my IV pole and noticed a small bag infusing, which was not part of our usual routine. With whatever strength I had left, I held onto the pole and tried to get up to read the label on the IV bag, thinking it was a medication error. But my vision was so blurry, I couldn't read. Giving up, I sat down on my chair, but I was already in a panic. In my mind, I was asking, how could I get their attention? I couldn't find my voice. I still had control over my hand muscles, though. So I kinked and pinched my IV line, and sure enough, the IV pump started beeping. I continued pinching until a nurse came to see me. I pointed to the IV. What's that? She said it's Zofran. We made a hospital-wide swap to replace Kytril. Whenever I tell my friends this story, they say, only a nurse would do that. We nurses do come up with non-traditional solutions, don't we? We've seen that with SLUNAAI and our other nurse colleagues during the pandemic. Instead of giving in to burnout, we did side hustles and givebacks to channel our creative energy. The SLUNAAI team looked for ways to give back as well. We rallied alumni together and celebrated each other's successes. We reconnected. We chipped in to send money for victims of natural disasters. We donated to purchase PPE for nurses in our hometown. Why give? We're in a pandemic. All my resources should stay mine. Why give? My response to that is, why not? SLUNAAI can be an organization worthy of your time, talent, and treasure. I'd like to unpack the answers to 3 questions. What are we doing? Why are we doing it? And where do I fit in? So the first question, what are we doing? We want to collectively give back to SLU and the community it serves. Many of us have attempted to give back as a class, as a group of college friends, or even on our own. As an alumni organization, we can multiply our efforts and leverage the strengths of the nursing classes that went before and after us. When I was in nursing school, I reluctantly moved through my courses, but someone, 1 year my senior, kept my head above water. Her name is Mananglea Abubu Laru. Her guidance proved to me that I could never do it alone. In starting my US career and navigating lupus, I had nurses from other schools come to my rescue like I was their own. They are here today, and I want them to know that I could not have survived without them. Bigger group, bigger impact. I have 3 BHAGs, my big, hairy, audacious goals. First, I would like to see SLUNAAI build the financial foundation to support another scholar. That means we need a deeper engagement from our alumni and associates. We also need to solidify a plan for repeat donations and sponsorship opportunities. We will explore other nonprofits and learn from them. Second, I would like to see more community outreach opportunities that we didn't get to support due to the pandemic. And third is an internal goal. I would like to simplify our tasks and processes to make it easier for other alumni to serve as officers and committee members. Each alumni member may have perceived personal limitations, It could be time constraints, global location, or technical fluency. This means we need to get them comfortable about working virtually and asynchronously. I'd like to optimize the technology we already have and see all of us become a beyond you leader, mindful of those who wish to lead SLUNAAI in the future. To make succession planning possible, we will simplify the processes and automate whatever we can automate. Second question, why are we doing it? What is at stake? What goes away when SLUNAAI goes away? For one, we lose the opportunity to make an impact on the community as esteemed SLU nursing alumni. We lose the chance to make a student's dream come true. We lose the chance to sponsor another scholar, another Jamie Mortel. We lose the chance to share what we learned over the years. Andy Stanley, one of the leaders I follow, said that the value of one's life is measured by how much of it is given away. This is a concept I started embracing lately. The value of one's life is measured by how much of it is given away. When you get to the giving stage in your life, please consider giving with SLUNAAI. Now we get to the third question. Where do I fit in? What is each team member's critical role and unique contribution? It depends on the contribution you want to make appropriate to your season of life. The first group is alumni who, at this point, are SLUNAAI networkers. We cheer for alumni who achieve success and reach milestones in their careers. I invite this group to continue to highlight alumni that do great work. I also ask you to help us find community programs where we could be of help. Send the information back to us, comment on social media. I invite you all to lend a hand to other nurses, especially the new ones, whether they are from SLU or not. Share your knowledge, either by mentoring or presenting at conferences. You don't know what you know until you meet someone who doesn't know. Let's experiment with bursts of generosity and selflessness with our time, talent, and treasure. Show them what an SLU nurse is like. Shine the light for those navigating darkness in this chapter of their career. The second group of alumni are those who chose a deeper level of involvement. They signed up and pay the SLUNAAI membership fee yearly and give donations that send our scholar through nursing school and fuel our core engine. We thank you for supporting us from the beginning. Please tell your colleagues about your why. SLUNAAI is also blessed to have alumni from other Philippine nursing schools who choose to be a part of SLUNAAI. These are our associate members and they are here today. They are committee members, generous donors, consistently cheering us on as colleagues and friends. The third group would be the officers and committee members who chose to serve in the organization's core engine. It has been an honor serving with you in the last 2 years. We have learned so much from you in the first years. I asked some of you about your passion projects. If there was something you absolutely want to do for SLUNAAI, what would it be? While we are not yet in a position to daydream as much as we want, because we have a critical engine to run, let's store ideas in our SLUNAAI sandbox, our incubator of ideas. Maybe someday we will have the bandwidth to prop them up as new initiatives or find other alumni, maybe an entire class, who wants to take ownership or sponsor that idea and see it come to life. So we've covered all three questions. What are we doing? Why are we doing it? And where do I fit in? Today is July 16. 32 years ago today, a big earthquake hit the Philippines at 3 epicenters. One of them was Baguio City. Buildings toppled over and many people died. Sitting terrified in my family's makeshift tent, I decided to quit nursing school that day. I absolutely did not see myself obtaining a nursing degree. But here I am. All the curveballs I encountered in my journey proved that the Lord ordained nursing into my life. I want to give back to the profession that gave me so much and give back to the university that armed me with skills that are future compatible. The answer is yes. SLUNAAI is worthy of my time, talent, and treasure. I'd like to thank Dr. Dino Doliente and Dr. Mary Grace La Canaria for thinking like there is no box. SLUNAAI was your vision. Our next step, find your why and pick one thing you can do to help SLUNAAI. Message me and introduce yourself. I would love to connect with you and learn from you. Maraming salamat.